I don't even remember when they made these things. Hey, what's up everybody? It's Chris, Straight Up RC, and we're going to take another look at a really old car. But in order to do so, you got to go outside and take a look at it real quick, because it's another big one. And let's check this out. That's right. This is a NIKKO Skyline, basically oversized fifth scale. We're going to take a look at this bad boy. I know the box isn't the prettiest thing in the world, but it's the same size as the KB Toys boxes. If you remember that video, if you haven't seen it, you should check it out. It's pretty cool. But I'm gonna take this inside and take a look at it and see how cool this bad boy looks. Alright. Alright. So let's check this bad boy out. Now, like I said, the box is just horrible. It's old, it's broken. I don't even remember when they made these things. Probably can find a date on the inside somewhere, but the box has seen better days. Just like the other car that I got from KB Toys, same thing. This came from the same guy that had the big, like, oversized fifth scale KB Toys, like, no style car, same street style car, but this one's awesome because it's legitimate. Like, it's licensed from Nissan. It's supposed to be the Nissan Skyline R34. Like, it even comes with a separate spoiler and a separate grille. It just adds to the awesomeness of the car, to be quite frank. But it's been through better days, so I can get it out nice and easily and check it out. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh jeez. That's ridiculous. So yeah, here you go. See? Secondary spoiler for you if you want to remove it. It's just a low profile. Nice and cool. Ironically enough, came with a straight standard stick style radio. The antenna is in the styrofoam, and it's cool because it's got forward and backwards. It's it. Straight steering, no trim, no nothing. Probably runs off, yep, that's what I expected. Runs off of a 9-volt battery, not AA's. That was always the thing with RC cars in the 90s and early 2000s. But let's see, this looks like no date of manufacturing on it. Oh, wow. But it's cool because it has this like turbo kick in. You slide this over and up, and I'm assuming it increases the voltage and kind of boosts the car. So on average, you're probably running like 75% power, and then all of a sudden you kick it up into high gear and it probably puts 100% of the battery power to it. So those are the accessories for it. Let's check this out. Let's see. Nice foam box for it. It's not bad. I bet these were a pain in the butt to store in a hobby store or at a toy store, I can imagine. I don't remember ever seeing these in toy stores, so I don't know how people got hold of these things. But this box is massive. This box is like 3.5 feet by 18 inches by 18 inches. The thing is massive. I couldn't even imagine having this in a hobby store. But it would draw some serious attention. So I don't know if anybody noticed or if anybody saw, but I posted up a little while ago from the Severed in the Southwest 2023 show, and I had this bad boy sitting on the table along with a 10th scale Skyline body and a little 64 scale Skyline body and a 24 scale. I had like a bunch of scales of them, and some people got a kick out of them because They were just like, oh look, Fast and the Furious. Oh look, this. I mean, this is it right here. This is the car. Like, you paint this thing in a silver, put some blue decals on it, change the rims. This is it. Like, this is legitimately what you could make a duplicate of Brian O'Connor's car in Too Fast, Too Furious. And that's why I love these things. Like, it's awesome. Looks like just a stock front bumper, and then you can, like I said, there's an aftermarket bumper. Unfortunately, it's in the garage. I'm not going to go get it right now, but it's got no interior. It's pretty hollow, like most cars. It's just a bare chassis, like the toy cars always are. It looks like it has, you know, the standard little lighting, the basic servo, basic power controls. It doesn't have a sound system, I don't think, like the fast lanes do. The fast lane, like bigger fifth scale trucks that I have, they have a sound system in them. And so do the, of course, like the Navigator and stuff like that. The Escalade does. This is pretty as simple as it can get, but the cool thing is this chassis is probably equivalent to if you were to, I don't know if you'd have to extend an XL1 or an infraction, but it might work. The hard thing about trying to get a RC chassis in these bodies is they're so big, but yet they're not big enough, because fifth scale car body chassis, they're just too wide. They don't work in a narrow chassis base like this. So this would take some finagling and some manipulating to get done correctly onto a chassis. It's got these. Oh, you know what? Check this out. Let's see. This was the battery compartment, it looks like. Battery went right here. Yep, battery went right here. Old school Tamiya plug. Oh, no kidding, look at this. So yeah, it did have sound on. Huh, it does have sound. I wonder what kind of sound it has, but it definitely has sound to it. I don't have a battery with the Tamiya plug, so I can't really test it right now. Unfortunately, maybe I can mock something up and check it out, see what it does. It's got main power on. Oh, you can turn just the sound on? That's wicked. Might have to find a battery and test that. It's pretty impressive because it has like a suspension system back here, but it's like cantilever suspension. It's not straight up and down suspension, and the chassis sure doesn't move. That's for sure. The chassis is static to the body. Like the diffuser and the chassis and the front bumper guard is all one piece. There's no movement in that. But the wheels have suspension. They have a little bit of suspension. So it does have some little bit of suspension. Oh yeah. Oh, crinking and cranking from the plastic. But that is cool. Wow, that's impressive. It does have something. And then of course the spoiler. Change the spoiler out. Check that out. Simple as that. It looks really aggressive. But no door openings, no window lines, no handles. The mirrors move. She's old and scuffed up and dirty, but clean it up. You could even paint it or vinyl wrap it or do something like that. It looks like the front grill, the top one, looks like you can see through it, kind of. Yeah, it might have lighting behind it, but the bottom one, there's nothing here. This one too, this one looks like you can see through too. So that's pretty cool. Headlights and turn signals and all that jazz work. I know that, I've seen them work, but I don't have, again, don't have the battery or the remote to try it. But yeah, this is it right here. This is impressive. I had an old DSM, and if you don't know what DSM is, Diamond Star Motors. It's the old Mitsubishi Eclipse, Plymouth Lasers, Eagle Talons, things of that nature. I had an old 90 Eclipse that had a bunch of work done to it, and I was all Fast and the Furious and everything. So, of course, you know, nostalgia kicks in, and these cars are what it's about. A lot of people, aren't really all about the street car scene. And of course, My RC collection is a collaboration of everything from monster trucks to lowriders to street cars to, you know, off-road cars to crawlers and everything. So I dig everything in between, and this is awesome. There's no paperwork with it. The box doesn't show anything specifically. I don't see any dates of any kind. It doesn't. Standard 7.2 battery. NIKKO's apparently been around since 1958. So NIKKO has been here for a long time. That's impressive. I honestly didn't know that. I didn't know NIKKO had been around that long. That's kind of cool. I guess you learn something every day. Oh, I'm just gonna ruin this box by spinning it around and checking for dates. Man, this box has just seen better days, but I don't want to mess it up too much. Some people like to keep their boxes. I'm one of them. Anyways, so, well, we won't know the exact date of the car, when it was manufactured. I could only guess somewhere between, I want to say, has to be 2002 and 2006, maybe even earlier than that, simply based off of, you know, this model, the vehicle itself, things of that nature. That's the only thing I think of, but it's impressive nonetheless, and it's huge. I mean, this thing is massive. You put, you know, any kind of other RC car up towards it, and the only thing that's going to even remotely scale to it is your fifth scale, like FS street cars and stuff like this. This thing's pretty big. It's pretty awesome. I'm gonna try and maybe power some things up. Let's see if this works. See what the sound does. That's a trip. I don't know why it does that. It's just throttling. That's crazy. It activates the suspension. That's crazy. Okay, so let's try this. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's try this. Man, that is loud. It just makes noise constant, apparently. That's impressive. All right, anyways, no lie, I couldn't handle that on a regular basis. That's just obnoxious. That's just a lot of noise all the time. It doesn't seem to have any kind of apparent stopping. But man, that sound is intense. That's impressive. I don't know if I can handle that on a regular basis. Crazy. Anyways, so there we have it. It even looks like it might even have turn signal lighting. No, it's just a marker. But it has potential. This car has serious potential. It's huge. It looks cool. You could design the crap out of it. So definitely worth, having in your collection if you ever get a hold of one. This is the only one I've ever seen. Apparently the guy had two of them. I think he had two or three. I think he sold one, and I think he's keeping one. One's completely modified. and he's gonna do like interior and stuff and fix up one he wants to keep in the box. Pretty sure it's this one, so I'm not gonna mess with it too much more. Definitely not gonna drive it, but it's pretty cool if you ask me. So thanks for checking this out with me, and I will see you guys on the next one.